You are bold, you are fearless, you are radiant. It's time to unlock the diamond from within. BFF, we rise above, stronger together, we shine with love. Faith unshaken, hearts on fire, fearless souls, we're reaching high.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the BFF Empowerment Podcast. I am your host, Blaque Diamond, and I know it's been a minute since you guys heard my lovely voice doing a solo episode, but I am back now. We'll continue to bring that empowerment to you guys that you're used to. Had to take a little break due to the backlog of the Women on the Rise segments of the BFF Empowerment Podcast. And I wanted the women to be able to get their stories posted and give them, the platform and the space that they needed to, share their stories and share their lives. So I took a back seat from doing solo episodes, but now I am back. So happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone has been having a great New Year so far. I hope you have those goals and those dreams in mind to accomplish for 2026. I don't myself do New Year's resolutions, but I do like to set goals and different things for myself that I want to achieve. So before we get into what I am doing for 2026, let's actually do a little bit of diving back into 2025 to see what I had been up to. All right, guys. So, going to do a little bit see what I did in 2025. So, the first thing I can say that I achieved in 2025 was starting this podcast. Initially, I started the podcast with my best friend, but due to us being on different wavelengths as far as what we wanted for the podcast, we parted ways. But we are still friends, so our friendship has not changed. We're just not doing the podcast together. So, I am doing podcast solo, and I have been. But I don't regret my decision to start the BFF Empowerment Podcast. I had always been a guest on other people's podcasts, but wanted my own platform, to allow myself to not only share my personal journey, struggles, accomplishments, achievements, but also to allow others to share their life journey, good or bad. So, BFF Empowerment Podcast was born, and we're definitely going to continue to take this further, expand the podcast. I have some exciting new features that I am going to be implementing in the coming months. So stay on the lookout for that. Also, 2025, I embarked on a new journey in my life, participating in my very first pageant, and walked away as the title holder of Miss Altruistic 2025. And that was actually a really, really good experience. I will kind of, talk a little bit more about that later on. And so outside of that, won my fourth literary award for my book Stolen Innocence, A Survivor's Journey to Freedom. So that was a great accomplishment. That was an international award. So my first international award, but my fourth literary award. So that was definitely something I'm proud of. That opportunity did allow and open up opportunities for me to do more speaking engagements. I did some virtual author guest appearances, things of that nature. So excited about that. And also, I released my 15th book and fifth children's book, Braille Superpower. So that is an empowerment book for blind and visually impaired girls. It's also a book just to teach non-blind and visually impaired children just about differences and acceptance and kindness and just how to be great human beings and see people and like people and love them for their differences despite, what challenges and misconceived notions you may have about them. So that's a great book. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, it's available in all major book retailers online. And so I would say that is the highlight of my 2025. I also embarked on a new journey in my relationship. After 2 years of being my significant other, we decided to, take the plunge, move in together. So, that has been a challenge in itself, becoming a blended family, just learning each other, likes, dislikes, the growing pains of living together as a blended family and children. So that's been, it's ongoing. Definitely is something I'm looking forward to continuing on the next journey of our relationship and preparing for baby number four, getting ready for that journey of trying to conceive later on this year. We were going to do it last year, but just due to everything that was going on with moving together and all of that, we decided to push it back a year to give us time to adjust to our new living arrangements and give the children time to get used to each other, especially my son, because he came from being an only child to now having two sisters. So that in itself was something that needed to be addressed and, worked on before adding an additional child to the family, but once we do, our family will be complete. So I'm looking forward to, letting you guys know more about that journey and how things go and progress with that. Also, back to the pageant, I would have to say, um, just deciding to take that leap of faith and, just to not only invest in myself with, embarking on this journey to be a part of my very first pageant, but also instilling that empowerment, self-empowerment in myself and knowing that I could do it and I had what it take to do it. It was a really, really good experience for me because I'm a fashionista. I love dressing up. I love, matching outfits, all that stuff. So it gave me an opportunity to showcase my fashion and, just made me feel really good. It wasn't a beauty pageant, so it wasn't about looks or being beautiful. It was about empowerment. What can you do to empower the people that you're representing, the people that, you're setting the example for. And so thankfully, I walked away as a title holder of Miss Altruistic 2025, which fits me because altruism is who I am, service is who I am. I love giving back, I love community, I love helping people. So that title suits me. It's who I am. It's who I've always been and who I will continue to be. So now we're going to go into 2026 and what I have planned for 2026. So for 2026, I'm already starting off the year with a bang with the release of my new web-based app called No Limits Girl. And it is an empowerment app for young girls to help them build that confidence, that empowerment, that I can see myself beyond what people see me mentality. So the app is geared towards girls between the ages of 8 and 12, unassisted. But girls as young as 5 to 7 can also enjoy the app with some parental or teacher assistance because it does require, being able to read to participate. But the app embodies all things empowerment, positive thinking, affirmations. It's very, um, dealing with emotions, bullying, diversity. I have a little bit of everything in the app. There's also a kitchen corner where girls can do interactive cooking recipes with sound effects, everything to kind of give them that virtual cooking experience. There's also beauty lounge where they can, be creative and create their own like nail art. They can do like virtual facials with the virtual mannequin. They can also make jewelry, create fragrances, perfumes, all of that. There's also the Braille Learning Hub, which I'm really excited about. So where users can learn, Braille, with the use of a Braille display or just on screen. And so they can learn grade one Braille, grade two. They can also learn Nemeth Braille, which is math Braille, and also they can learn Braille music, which I'm actually learning myself because I've always been interested in just seeing how people who are blind are able to read music. Me myself, I'm not, a musician or anybody who composes music, but just to have that knowledge, I'm excited about. So I'm actually going through that course myself. There's also different lessons about kindness and confidence and empowerment. There's fun games and quizzes. Everything has been gamified so that users can, enjoy their experience. They can compete with other girls, for, high scores. So there's just a plethora of activities and things for girls to get into. There's also, it's community based as well, so they can share their creations, they can chat and make friends. All of it is, able to be monitored, and, teachers and parents are able to assign different things for their girls to participate in, like different activities or things they want them to, do. Parents can also engage. There's a parent and teachers forum where, they can ask questions, they can get advice, there's resources. There's just so much. And I definitely made sure that this app was accessibility first. That was my first priority, is to make sure that the app was accessible for non seeing girls, so totally blind, light perception, whatever their spectrum of blindness is. So screen reader friendly first. Um, but all girls can use the app, but it is definitely centered around blind and visually impaired girls. And then the next thing that I thought about was making it affordable, for, the parents, teachers, all of that. So it is, a subscription of $2.99 a month, or the annual subscription price of $29. So you're saving about $7. Um, with the app, you get everything. You get access to everything that's available in the app. You get feature updates, which I'm already working on some premium subscription features that will be only available to premium subscribers of the app. So everyone that pays the $2.99 would be on what's considered the standard, so they would have access to everything that is currently available. But those who subscribe to the premium subscription would have access to everything that's currently available, plus four additional features that would only be available as a premium subscriber. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just so excited that I was able to create this platform. And I do feel like it's going to go very far because it's one of a kind. It's never been done. And it is a safe space for girls to work on confidence building and feeling empowered and feeling beautiful and just, loving who they are. I lost my sight, when I was 15, and 15 is a very tender age. So that's when you're just learning who you are, your body, and different things. And I never had that support system or anybody to help guide me through, this trying time, not only losing my sight, but also developing and going through changes as a teenager. Like during this whole process, I'm trying to deal with both of these situations at the same time. And so I never had that support from family or friends or anybody. I had to deal with all of these new circumstances on my own. And so the point of the No Limits Girl app is not to get into as deep as, things of that nature, but it is a supportive community, a supportive network, so that girls can build these life skills that are important for them for when they get older. We have to be the ones who give them the tools that they need to be successful in this world. And so I'm doing my part by creating this platform for young girls so that they can go out here and empower others by showing them that despite their loss of vision, their dreams and goals are still in sight. Like there's nothing that they can't do. There's no limitations. And for them not to allow others to put limitations on what they can and cannot achieve and accomplish. Like I've been told, by my own mother that I would never amount to anything. I would never be anything. I would never go anywhere. I would always have to be dependent on others. And, I've proven her wrong time and time again. And so I don't want other girls to have to go through that and feeling like they're not enough because they can't see, they can't accomplish their dreams and goals because they have problems with their vision. So that's what the No Limits Girl platform is all about, is giving them that confidence, that sense of self, the ability to see and explore, things that they are into, that they want to be a part of. And so that's what my mission for this year is, to promote and get this app out here to everyone who works with blind and visually impaired girls, whether you're a parent, a caregiver, whether you're a TVI or a teacher for the visually impaired, if you're an organization such as the NFB, the ACB, you know, Foundation Fighting Blindness, anything that's dealing with blindness, girls, I want them to have this app in their hands. And I made the app web-based because I didn't want it to be limited to a native mobile app, like it only being available on Apple or it only being available on Android. I wanted girls to be able to access this app from anywhere. So if a school decides to purchase this app for their student. Like they're not limited to, oh, well, it's only available as a tablet, on a tablet, or it's only available on your phone, so you can't have access to it. All they would have to do is go to nolimitsgirl.com, bam, and they have access. Like you can go from a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, your mobile phone, like there's no limit. You can take this app everywhere you go. For those who want to be able to use it or have access to it on their phone or their tablet, all you have to do is save it as an icon on your phone or your tablet, and it would appear just like any other app icon that you have on your phone. So there's nothing special. So all you would do is click on it and it opens up the app. Like you wouldn't see www.nolimitsgirl.com. It would just open as if it's a native app. Um, and so that was the purpose of making it web-based. Also, me as the founder and the developer for this app, I am also blind myself. So accessibility is my first reason for creating this app. So I need it to be accessible for me to be able to make updates, to be able to, create new features. And so it being web-based also makes it accessible for me to be able to constantly work on the app and update it and give it all that it's meant to be and continue to expand it. So updates happen in real time. So as soon as I update something, the users would get that new update. And so that helps to, just work on different things that I would like to fix, or if there's a link or something that's broken, I can easily fix that myself. Um, and so that's another reason why it's web-based. Um, so next thing that I'm working on for 2026 would be I am working on a new music album. So it's called Writing in the Spirit, and it is an R&B gospel album, inspirational, empowering. So it is encompassing, just my life journey and being, an inspiration to help others, just to continue striving and thriving despite whatever circumstances. So, I have shared a snippet of one of the songs that's going to be on the album called Becoming, and people have been loving it so far. So we're going to take a little pause here, and I'm going to go ahead and play that for you, and I'll be right back.
I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Letting the world see the heart inside of me. Oh, yeah. I'm growing, evolving, shining bright for all to see. Oh, I'm becoming who God created me to be. I used to sit and wonder, what was my earthly purpose? Just getting a glimpse, barely enough to scratch the surface. Starting and stopping, not really sure which way to go. Sending up prayers up to the Most High, 'cause only He knows what's best for me. And the deepest desires of my heart, my scars, my insecurities, all of me, He knows every part. I found myself questioning where I belong in this big world, wondering if I'd always be that lost, unloved little girl. Becoming who I'm meant to be. See the heart inside of me. Oh, coming, evolving, shining bright for all to see. I'm becoming who God created me.
All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed getting to hear a little preview of what's to come on Writing in the Spirit. So like I said, all of the songs will be R&B, gospel type genre, inspirational music. I've never been blessed with the gift of singing, unfortunately. But I've always been blessed with the gift of writing. So all of the songs, like my previous albums or EPs, all the songs are written by me. I purchased the music from audio engineers slash music producers. My favorite site I like to use is called BeatStars, and so that's where I get a lot of my music from. So I purchased, the license to use the music from them. I write the lyrics, and then I use an app called Suno AI to create the vocals. So I upload, my lyrics, and then I upload the snippet of the music, which is about 2 to 3 minutes. And then I have the Suno app to add the vocals. So all the vocals that you find in my music is AI generated. I have no shame in that. I let people know, when they give me props for the music and the song, I'm like, no, unfortunately, I can't take credit for the vocals because that's not me. But I did write the song. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due, and I'm going to, take my accolades where I'm supposed to get them. And so I take credit in writing the song. I don't generate, lyrics with AI. I write my songs from the heart. Um, so that's another thing that I'm working on for 2026. Another thing that I'm working on is actually another book that I'm working on. I'm not going to release the title yet just because I want to keep that under wraps. But this is a another nonfiction book. Is basically kind of tells my journey and how I ended up participating in my very first pageant and walking away as a title holder. So it is a book of empowerment, just sharing, what led me to decide to take that leap of faith in myself and to participate in a pageant, despite everything that I've been through. Despite, just the trauma, the healing, just the self-worth and all of the work that I've done to get to this point, and just my experience in walking across that stage and performing, and just loving the beauty and just the spirit of what the pageant was all about. So that's what the book is going to be about, and it is going to be, a book to help inspire young girls, young women, anyone that feels that they're not enough. That's who this book is going to be, catered to. Also going to continue expanding the podcast with good interviews for 2026. So we are on season 2 now of the Women on the Rise segment of the BFF Empowerment Podcast. So 2025 was the first year. That was season 1. So if you missed any of those episodes, feel free to go back and listen to I think there's about 28 episodes for season 1. I mean, all the topics range from, growing worms and compost to, surviving trauma and domestic violence to being, money management, entrepreneurship, um, authors. Like, it's just so many different topics that, you guys can go back and listen to if you've missed any, if any of them stick out to you and you just want to know more. This year I have many, many, many more things planned for the podcast. One major feature that I am bringing to the podcast is a blog. So you'll be able to see blog entries dealing with the associated with each episode of the podcast. So that's going to be a new addition on the BFF Empowerment Podcast website. You'll be able to go to the blog and just kind of get a snippet of what an episode is about. Another big feature that I'm adding for the podcast is also going to be a subscription for the podcast. So there's subscription. So the episodes, regular episodes, you will still be able to get for free. But if you are a subscriber of the podcast, will be doing a new segment called Girl Talk, and that will be an unfiltered roundtable discussion with women about any topic that they would like to talk about. So unscripted, unfiltered, and we will talk about whatever we want to, So it'll be me and 4 additional women. I will choose a different group of women, and this will be once a month. You'll be able to get the Girl Talk episodes, and I'm looking forward to that because I really feel like that is needed. And plus, yeah, it brings variety to the podcast, and there's going to be other, opportunities and options for subscribers as well. So definitely stay on the lookout for that. We will be celebrating 1 year in March. I can't believe it. Like, it's literally going to be a year that I've been in your ear, giving you that motivation, that empowerment. And so I'm actually going to do a special episode in March, where I'm going to do a courtside chat with my other um pageant title holders. So I'm part of the Better Together edition of the Miss Blind Diva Empowerment pageant. And so we're representing 2025. So we're actually going to have a courtside chat episode in March for International Women's Month. And so that's going to be our anniversary episode as well. So, you guys can kind of get to hear personal experiences during the pageant, what to expect, what other title holders' experiences were like, and, if you're interested in participating. So this would be the opportunity for you to be able to hear, our journeys and what led us to participate in the pageant. So, guys, stay tuned. There's a lot coming. There's a lot coming up. I'm just so excited about everything that I have in store for the podcast. Not only just the podcast, but the different things that I'm doing, in my life and how God is just blessing me like continuously with these talents. Like, I'm just sometimes I feel a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of ideas and things that I want to do in life. I just feel like there's not enough of me to go around. I have so many things I want to do that I can't fully focus on one thing. So sometimes, yeah, I feel overwhelmed and just feel like there's just too much that I want to do and not enough time in a single day to get it done. But I'm working, on ways to do better with managing my time so I don't feel so overwhelmed. And that's one thing I do um find myself struggling with, especially now that I went from a mom of one to a mom of three. I have a whole household to, look after and still working full time, plus doing the podcast and everything else I'm doing, and being in a relationship. So it's a lot, but I'm definitely up for the challenge. I have no limits. So I just have to find better ways to work on the things that I need to work on and, be successful because there's so much that I have to offer, so much, blessings and talents and things that are bottled up inside of me and sometimes yeah it's fighting to get out and I get one idea and I have like so much and I try to write down everything that I'm thinking so I don't forget, but I'm just a ball of empowerment. Like everything I do in my life is centered around empowering others to be the best versions of themselves that they can be. From my music to the podcast to my writing to, No Limits Girl, like motivational speaking. Everything I do is all centered around empowerment. I'm a women's empowerment coach. So that is me. That is my purpose. And it took a long time for me to figure out what my purpose was. Like, and I'm glad I finally found where I belong. Because, just based on my life, I never thought that I had a reason to be here. Like, I thought I was always going to be in some kind of trauma or overcoming something or going through something or it wasn't going to ever be a time where I'm growing and evolving and becoming who God was, meant for me to be. But now I am where I'm supposed to be, and I'm just so happy that you guys are here with me on this journey as I continue to grow and learn and evolve and, just being that empowerment and that role model for my girls and also for all the little girls out here. And so thank you so much for listening, guys. Don't forget to follow the podcast on all major podcasting platforms. You can also visit our website at bffempowermentpodcast.com. Find out all the latest episodes, subscribe to the blog to, keep up to date. Also follow us on social media. We are available on Threads, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Also, if you would like to be spotlighted as a Women on the Rise segment of the BFF Empowerment Podcast, be sure to send an interest email to bffempowerment@gmail.com. If you enjoy the show, be sure to leave us a review or a rating on your favorite podcast platform to help others discover their next favorite women's empowerment podcast. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for listening.
Introducing something powerful, something purposeful, something made just for her. The No Limits Girl Empowerment app is officially here. Created by Bianca No Limits Johnson, A blind mother, author, speaker, and empowerment coach, this one-of-a-kind app was made with love for all blind and visually impaired young girls around the world. From confidence-building affirmations and fun creative activities to beauty, cooking, journaling, and life skills, this app is a safe, inclusive space where every girl can shine. Inside, you'll find features like the Beauty Lounge, Kitchen Corner, Braille's Learning Corner, Confidence Challenges, and so much more, all 100% screen reader accessible and designed with young girls in mind. Whether she's learning to love herself, trying her first recipe, or just discovering how powerful her voice can be, No Limits Girl is the app that says, "You are worthy, you are brave, you are strong, you belong." Available as a web-based app so that she won't be limited on her platform of choice, the app can be accessed from a desktop, laptop, mobile device, or tablet, because every girl, no matter her vision, deserves to know she was born to shine. Visit nolimitsgirl.com to sign up and start your journey today, because when girls believe in themselves, they become women with no limits.
BFF, we rise above, stronger together.